Welcome to Mac 2311 for engineers. Exam number 4, problem number 6. In this question, they go ahead and they say a rocket rises upwards from the ground with an initial height of 0, and they underline that, so that means we'll probably have to refer to it later. And they give you the acceleration. They say it's just going to be 30t after t seconds have elapsed. If the velocity is recorded to be 100 at 2 seconds, what is the height of the rocket at that time? So what happens is, if we're looking for the height, we need the position function. So that means we have to go ahead and integrate this guy twice. If you integrate acceleration, it gets you down to velocity. If you integrate velocity, it gets you down to your position. Just think of it as, the rungs on the ladder. And you go ahead and you take a step up if you derive and take a step down if you integrate. So if we want to integrate this guy to get our velocity function, the integral of this, well, that's just going to be, this will increase by 1, so it's going to be t squared, and you divide by 2. And 30 divided by 2 is 15. So you get 15 t squared plus c, the integration constant. So now we can either leave the c there and integrate again, or we can actually solve for c now. So you can either solve for c and then integrate, or if we decide to integrate first, you would have to end up going back and solving for that c. So it's not like one way saves you more time. So we can just go ahead and solve for the c now. They tell you that the velocity is equal to 100 at 2 seconds. So that means we can plug 2 into this and set this equal to 100. So if we do so, you get 100 equals 2 squared is 4, then 4 times 15 is 60, plus your c. And therefore c is just going to be equal to 40. So that means instead of the c, we can just put a 40. So now we have our particular velocity, and then we can integrate that, and when you integrate that to get your position function, the integral of this, that becomes t cubed, and you divide by 3, and 15 divided by 3 is just 5. Then this becomes plus 40t, you just tack on the variable, and then you get a plus c again, because you integrated it again. So what do we plug in this time? Well, that's where they go ahead and you use that underline bit. It says the initial height was 0, so that means at t equals 0, you can set the position function equal to 0. So s of 0 is equal to 0. So if you plug 0 in, this goes away, and you just get c. So that means that c has to be equal to 0. So you can just get rid of the c, and then this is going to be your position function. Now that's not your answer, because what they wanted to know was what's the height at that time being t equals 2. So now we just need to go ahead and say, what is s of 2? So if you plug 2 into this, 2 cubed is 8, and 8 times 5 is 40, and then 2 times 40 is going to be 80, and 40 plus 80 is just going to be 120. And 120 is answer choice A. That's all there is.